Okay, I think we are on. I think we're live. Take a little sip of my beverage first because I'm not even gonna lie, it's a little warm in this car. And I'll explain to you why I'm coming to you from the car in a second. But let me take the sip first. I don't really know even how to start this, so we are just going to start. Hi, my name is Maya. I am 27 years old. I am in a pivotal point in my life, and I thought it would be kind of cool to document my process. Because I'm definitely at, I wouldn't call it rock bottom because I still have a roof over my head, but that's pretty much about it. I have no job, I have no place of my own. So, yeah, we're definitely going through some changes. So, you may be wondering why I'm coming to you from the car. It's because there really isn't a place to have any sort of privacy here where I am currently. I do live in New York City. Um, and I wanted to get out of the apartment. I wanted to get out of the house, but it is a Saturday, and there are many a people just milling about, and I didn't necessarily want to have an audience for this particular video. Um, so I initially started a series when I was 16 that was following one of the trends on YouTube at the time, which was people responding to their younger selves. So I had recorded a video when I was 16. I recorded a video when I was 18 responding to that video. And I even recorded my 21st birthday response. Then my computer crashed and I lost everything. In losing everything, I also then became depressed about the subject and wrote it off as something that I would never do again. It was just a lost cause. But now I'm 27 years old and I'm going through major changes. And so I figured if there was ever a time to pick back up and start again, it would be now. So let me explain to you the journey. Let me explain to you the law that is my life. This is me responding to all my younger selves as well, because I have some years to catch up on. So, did we get married to high school Buki? No, we did not. Did we get married to college Buki? No, we did not. Thank goodness. What else? We became a teacher. So, I was teaching upstate for, I want to say like 4 or 5 years. That was fun. We lived in the country. Girl, you was living in the country, okay? You went upstate. You lived in Tully, New York. Your city ass moved to Tully, New York, and was trucking and mudding up in the sticks. Okay? To say that you are dynamic and that you are flexible is an understatement, right? I learned many things about myself that I never thought I would. I learned how to fish. I got really cool with being in the woods. It was actually really fun. I learned that I love gardening up there. I found my passion of growing my own food and canning and preserving. I also discovered my love for, again, like I said, growing my own like herbs and stuff. So I dry my own herbs and anything like oregano, parsley, dill, cilantro, anything like that, basil, I refuse to buy ever again. And what else happened? I moved out of the sticks and I moved to Syracuse, New York, and I got myself a little loft. So I went from the countryside immediately to a loft because if you know, as a New York City kid, there is nothing more luxurious than living in a loft. Like I feel like that's every city kid's dream is to live in a place that has interior brick. If you have interior brick, bitch, like if you have interior brick in your home, you're living large, you're living well. I decided to make that dream come true because it was financially feasible at the time, especially upstate in Syracuse. So I went and I got myself a little loft, and she was cute. It was great and all that. However, one thing about lofts is that a lot of them are old warehouses and old buildings, and they're not necessarily places that were meant to be lived in. It was definitely a makeshift place. The walls were paper mache. The heater tank that supplied my hot water just to shower and stuff was the size of a Stanley tumbler. And I couldn't take a shower with hot water for longer than 10 minutes before the water turned cold. So I had to hop up out of there, especially as a girl with curly hair. That just wasn't doable for my wash days and stuff. Okay, so I had to get up out of there, and I decided to go from the loft to cabin living. I moved to a cabin on the river, on the Seneca River. That in itself was stunning, and it was my favorite place that I ever lived in. And it was also the place that I lived in the longest, which was only 2 years. Since college, I have moved pretty much every single year, due to relationships not working out and then just wanting to move. And all the while, waiting for this lady to pass by. This is why I couldn't go outside, because I knew I was not going to know how to act. Like, I get very weird when people get into my space, and that's why I had to come into the car. That's actually the real reason why we had to come to the car. I get very like when people are in my space. It's like I'm on this planet with other human beings. It's weird. So all the while I was teaching, I went from a second grade teacher to a sixth grade English teacher. I did that for a couple years, and it was, I'm gonna leave it at that. It was. I actually plan on doing a video relatively soon, on teaching and why I decided to leave teaching. There's many different reasons, and I feel like I have a lot to discuss. So, did that, and then I decided, you know what, teaching's actually killing me. Let me pivot and let me follow another passion of mine. Um, that may not actually physically kill me. Skincare is my passion. If you go back to my videos from way back, please don't. You don't have to. I'm telling you, they're there. You don't have to go back, so please don't. But they are there, and makeup and beauty and all of that stuff has always been a passion of mine. So I figured, you know what? Let me actually like make that what I want to do for my livelihood, because you actually can do what you love as a job. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, so decided to pivot, came back to New York City to go to school. I wanted to go to Christine Valmy. Did that, was not supposed to stay in New York City after graduation. I was supposed to up and hightail it out of here. However, life happens, situations change, and my arrangement to go back upstate did not happen. You know, it was like God or the universe or whatever you want to call it was like, listen, girl, we already got you up out of here. Why go back? Don't go back. Don't go back just because it's comfortable, you know? Um, so, with that being said, I have now found myself here in New York City with my dad. Um, it's definitely been an adjustment. I got used to adult life upstate. I'm used to a certain pace of life, especially now as an adult, and I've had to reacclimate myself to New York City living, having to change my car from alternate side parking. New York City, you got so much of my coin right now. How much more of my freaking coin do you need? Me one more fucking ticket. I'm about to just sell my car at this point. Like now, currently where I'm at, graduated school, okay. Um, However, I am now trying to look for a job. That's why I say I feel like I'm at rock bottom, because I no longer have my own place. I don't have a job, and I've never been in this position before. I know it's a transitional period, and I know it's not something that I should be ashamed of, but I've always been so hyper independent my whole life. I moved out when I was 18. I have always had my own job since I was legally able to work. And so not having a job, kind of starting from, not kind of, just starting from square zero again at 27 years old is scary for me. Um, and so where I go next, who knows? This really is the start of the journey, and that's why I wanted to come on here and start these videos now, because I'm at square zero. Like, it can only go up, and it's only, things are only going to change and evolve. Um, and that's really exciting. That's actually really, really exciting. So I wanted to document this process to be able to look back in a couple of years and be like, oh, look when your girl just graduated SD school. Look when she was just looking for her first job, and where I'll be at in a couple of years. For manifestation purposes, let's talk about where I want to be in a couple years. Like in a couple years, I want to be looking back at this video. I want to, one, I'm going to be moved out of my dad's apartment. So wherever I end up will be exciting. And the plan is Georgia. I want to move down south. I want to find me a really cute southern man. I just feel like New York City is just not, they don't supply the breed of man that I really am looking for. But in the South, they got it. So the plan is to be moved to live in Georgia because I think Georgia is so cute. I want to be a little Georgia peach. Like, don't you think being a Georgia peach would look so good on me? I think it would look fantastic. I think it would be a great time. I want to find me a cute little Georgian man. Want to eventually open up my own practice. Okay. That is the ultimate goal in all of this, to have my own situation, my own business. I want to have my own little studio. Other things I'm trying to manifest this year. I want to hang out with friends, okay? Your girl has been going through an isolation period. I am actually going to do another video too on isolation and what you can learn from it and how to grow in isolation, because I know some people don't necessarily do very well in a phase like this. So I would also like to talk about that more too sometime. But I'm ready to get out of the isolation phase. I want to make quality friends, friends that match my freak as who I am today now, okay, that has this have the same hobbies, and we got the same things going on, same mindset, same drive, all that. Like, I'm looking for friends like that. I'm looking for community. That's also another reason why I'm on here, is because I'm looking for community. And it's kind of hard to get that when you are hustling, hustling, hustling. As adults, it's hard to make time to meet up, in person. So maybe we can connect on the interwebs. So yeah, what else? A fat behind, fat pockets. I really can't think of anything else. With that being said, that's the update. I look forward to coming on here and talking my shit a little more. I want to yap. I want to yap. I want to talk about what's been on my mind, because I've had a lot on my mind. Um, so I look forward to seeing you back here. Thank you for joining me on my journey. And if this is where we depart and I never see you again, blessings to you and yours. But with that being said, I'm gonna get about this car. Imagine like the video or the audio wasn't even working. I'd be so sick. Bye.